Hey everybody, it's Kelsey Rihanna J here with the Rihanna Holiday Collection review. In this video, I'm going to be doing swatches and just giving you my overall opinion on the products that I picked up from this collection. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the difficulty that I had getting the collection. I actually had to get my mama to get up out of her sleep to drive to the MAC counter to pick up my two lipsticks and my eyeliner that I got. Now, as you all know, this collection dropped a few weeks ago, and a lot of people had a very hard time picking up the lipsticks because nowadays lipsticks at MAC are like the hottest commodity. And it's funny because, like I was talking about with an employee at a MAC counter, she was saying that a few years ago it was just all about eyeshadow and how eyeshadow would sell out really quick, but now the tables have flipped and it's all about lipstick. So Rihanna, of course, has had she had the one for the summertime, she had the fall collection, and now the holiday collection. So I guess this is her third and final collection with MAC, and then she's going to be the Viva Glam spokesperson next year for MAC. So it's all about Rihanna this year, and so it's been really hard to get the lipsticks, particularly from the collection. In the collection, she came out with a bronzer, 2 Volux Pearl eyeshadow palettes, 2 liners, and 3 lipsticks in the bronzer. Now, I am still probably interested in the bronzer. I'm thinking I want to go get that just because I love this one so much. It's Hibiscus Kiss, and I use it and I keep it in my purse because the packaging is so pretty. The bronzer from this collection has an overspray. It's like brown, but it has an overspray gold art on there. It's not in a pretty package like this, but I do like it because I've used it a few times. So yeah, and then the 2 eyeshadow palettes, I do like them. I used them a few times because you guys know I freelance at MAC. I used them a few times on people who have come up to the counter and wanted their makeup done just to, you know, work with the new products. And I do like them, but I feel like I have so much stuff that's similar. It just doesn't warrant enough. I can't justify buying it. So I got this eyeliner. And she came out with another eyeliner. The other one was silver, and I very rarely wear silver things, especially silver eyeliner, and I feel like I could find another eyeliner like that one. But this one is Cockiness. It's the rose gold eyeliner. This is the packaging. It's white with a rose gold R. It's the same R that she's used over and over again every single time in her packaging. Then the inside is metallic. The last time the outside of the packaging was metallic, and I thought that was way cuter than white. But I guess you gotta switch it up sometimes. Dust all this lint off me. I don't want to look linty in the video. Alright, so this is the eyeliner. This is a super slick liquid eyeliner that they came out with. This is a regular formula at MAC. They have probably 5 or 6 colors. I know they have a black, a blue, a gold, and a silver for sure. But they don't have a color like this one. This one is a rose gold. At the top of the bottle it's rose gold, and it has her signature on there, and then the bottom is white. At the very top it has a little swatch of the color. I thought that was a cute touch because when I was at the counter I was trying to figure out which one was the gold one and which one was the silver one, and I saw this at the top. I was like, that's cute. So anyways, I've worn this the other day, and I thought it was really good. It stayed very well. I thought it wasn't going to be that pigmented, but it is. It's a very unique color. I don't have a color like this in my collection. And there's a swatch of it. I hope that you all can see that. I hope that the camera's picking it up. I really like this color. The only thing that I will say about these is that I did build it to build the intensity because I want mine to look like extremely metallic. And this has like slight glitter in it, so which I really like, but I know in some people's eyes that can be an irritant, so just be cautious of that. But the color is just beautiful. And then when you get it on your eyes, it just glistens. And I have hazel eyes, and so when I put it on, it just really brings out that color in my eyes. And I think that it's really pretty. And I probably will wear it a lot. The other day when I wore it, I meant to film a tutorial of that look, but I ran out of time. And I actually didn't even take a picture of the look. But I basically had a neutral eye, and then I had this on, I had double winged liner. So I had this on top, and then I had a black on the bottom. It was really pretty. So I like this. This was my first super slick liquid eyeliner. I've seen them at the store. I wanted to buy one a few years ago, probably in 2010 with the Fabulous Feline collection. I think that's when they first came out. And I meant to buy one since then, but I still haven't. Also in the collection, she came out with 3 lipsticks. One of the 3 was RiRi Woo, and if you haven't seen my RiRi Woo video, you need to go back and watch it. Because I first originally got RiRi Woo this summer, and I'm gonna be mad if it's sold out. No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I wouldn't want you on my video. Jerk. Originally, RiRi Woo came out in the summertime, and guys, go watch my video so you can know about that whole experience about getting RiRi Woo. It was online only, and it was just crazy. But since then, she came out with RiRi Woo again in the fall collection, and then she came out with it again in this collection. And I just didn't buy it in the fall or this collection just because I have 2 from the summer collection and the regular packaging, which isn't a big deal to me. So, boom. So the first lipstick I'm going to talk about is called Bad Girl RiRi, and Bad Girl RiRi is a neutral lipstick. It's like, I can't even explain. It's like a chocolate mousse looking color. It's like a brown, but then it has like a tinge of pink. So chocolate mousse is what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to do a swatch for you. Let's see how I want to do this swatch. So that is, I want to call it chocolate mousse now. That is Bad Girl RiRi. And that's the color. It's a pretty color. I don't know if it's 100% a color that I would wear if it didn't come out with the Rihanna collection, being quite honest. But it's nice. You can throw it on every day like. And oh yeah, and just like all the other collections, bajillion collections she came out with this year, it has her signature RiRi etched into the lipstick. And this is the lipstick packaging. The top is rose gold with her signature, and the bottom is white with the R. So I have 3 lipsticks I want to compare it to. I don't have a dupe for this lipstick at all. Honestly, I'm glad that I don't have a lipstick that's like this because it makes me feel better about buying it. The first lipstick I want to compare this one to is Hot Chocolate. This came out last year, and I forgot which collection it came out with, but it's like that same weird mauve-y brown tone, but it's actually slightly darker and not as brown as Bad Girl RiRi. So I'll do a swatch of that next to here. And that's it there. And as you can see, it's darker. And it doesn't have the same undertone. Well, it does have the same undertone, but it's just a darker color. It seems like it leans more purple. And Bad Girl RiRi has more red. It's almost like a brickish red color. And then these two are not similar at all. But I know sometimes if you already have lipsticks, you may want to, you know, like create different stuff. You want to know what does it compare to, like as far as things that you have. So this is Creme de Nude or Creme de Nude, and that's a permanent color that MAC has. And this is the difference in the 2 colors. Like I said, they're not similar at all. I just like to know like how far away or how different is it than a lipstick that I might already have. So that's why I did the swatch of that. And then lastly, this is Honey Love. This is a matte lipstick that MAC has. And it's in the permanent range, and that is it's compared. So as you can see, Bad Girl RiRi is way darker than these two, and these two are like pretty popular shades. So if you can see how much they differ, then you can kind of get a feel for the tone that Bad Girl RiRi is. So that's that. Okay, so now on to the star of the collection, Pleasure Bomb. I have on Pleasure Bomb on my lips right now. And as you can see, it is a very, very bright fuchsia color. I like Pleasure Bomb, and I think that it is an awesome color. But do I feel like it is 100% necessary for me to have it in my collection? Probably not. But since I have all the other Rihanna lipsticks, it was an obsession for me to finish out my collection. And so I picked it up. Well, actually, I had my mama go pick it up. But just like the other lipstick, here is the packaging. And I have it on right now, but I'll still go ahead and do a swatch just for swatching purposes. So I'm going to swatch on my right arm or right hand. I'm going to try to anyway. This is Pleasure Bomb on me. I am NC44, NW35, 37-ish. If that's a real color, that would be my color. If I could make up my own color, I would probably be NW36 or NW37. That would be me. Alright, so here is Pleasure Bomb. I have it on my lips. I don't have on any lip liner with it. I just paired it with black eyeliner, black mascara, and I just have on my concealer and powder. But I don't have on any blush or anything like that. So that's what it looks like on me. And this is a swatch of it here on my arm. It is a very pretty, it's a pretty fuchsia, but it has those red undertones. And I have a few lipsticks to show you to compare to that. I generally, honestly, just to keep it 100, if I reach for a lipstick just to throw on every day, I don't typically reach for the colors that are like that pinkish red tone. And I have 4 that are really similar. And a few of these are limited edition, so I apologize for that. But I know a lot of us girls, Macaholics, we buy a lot of limited edition stuff, and so we tend to forget about it, and so we'll buy another color that looks almost identical, especially on the lips. The first color that I want to compare it to, I'll put it back in the package. The first color that I want to compare it to that's more easily accessible to you is All Fired Up. Now this is a color that came out with the Retro MAC Collection this summer, and it's still available on a lot of websites. I just saw it on Nordstrom's website earlier today, as a matter of fact, so I know that it's easy for you to get that. But this is it compared to Pleasure Bomb, and as you can see, it's like a very slight difference. Pleasure Bomb is slightly pinker, and All Fired Up is like more reddish, but they're almost like the same color. And both of them are matte finish, but I feel like Pleasure Bomb is slightly more, Pleasure Bomb is slightly more moisturizing than All Fired Up. And now that I have them right next to each other, my Pleasure Bomb is way shorter than All Fired Up. And I've used them the same amount of time, so I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what is up with that. Okay, so I'm going to do a swatch of All Fired Up next to Pleasure Bomb. So that's it. There's Pleasure Bomb, there's All Fired Up. And like I said, All Fired Up has more of a cherry tint to it, and Pleasure Bomb is slightly pinker. But if you have them on the lips, they will look very similar. Especially for people that are not like really makeup-aholics or lipstick-aholics. But since I am, I just feel like I have to have all the colors, even if they're somewhat similar. But if you're not a person like that, this color is really similar to Pleasure Bomb. It's not a dupe, but it's super similar. The next one is a limited edition color that came out with the Marilyn Monroe collection. It was released last October, but then it was re-released sometime this year for Macy's only. So if you didn't get a chance to pick that up last year, then you could pick it up this year if you were up on it. So this is Pleasure Bomb, and then this is a color called Love Goddess, and so they are very similar. And I probably haven't ever worn Love Goddess any more than maybe once, but this is the color. Love Goddess is that pinkish tinged red color. So let me do a swatch of that. This is also, no, this is a satin lipstick, because Pleasure Bomb to me, even though they labeled it a matte, to me it's more of a satin lipstick with the way it wears, the way it puts on, the sheen it gives off and everything. So, but here's a swatch of Love Goddess next to Pleasure Bomb and also next to All Fired Up. Love Goddess is definitely way redder, but it's still in that same family, that pinkish red family. But I will say that Love Goddess is more of a reddish pink, if that makes any sense. So those, all three of those swatched. See, this was released at a part of the, when did they do this? It's like they did it like last summer. Either they did this like last summer or the summer before that, but basically it's when they start the request collection, where they started taking requests for stuff to get brought back. But basically this was a color that MAC used to have permanent, like maybe back in the 90s or early 2000s, that they had discontinued. And then with the by request collection, we were allowed to go vote on Facebook and MACcosmetics.com to see which shades we wanted back. That's also when Candy Yum Yum was brought back that first time before it was made permanent. So I ordered this along with Candy Yum Yum, and it's a beautiful color, and it's really similar to Pleasure Bomb, as you can see. The colors are super duper close, especially when you have them on your lip. So I will do a swatch of Moxie next to the other two colors that I am comparing it to. Now, of all of the colors that I've shown you, Moxie is the closest to Pleasure Bomb. Moxie is slightly like a brighter color than Pleasure Bomb. Pleasure Bomb is not as bright as Moxie. Moxie is a beautiful color. Out of all these, Moxie is probably my favorite. But this is Pleasure Bomb. This is All Fired Up, which you can still get, and as you can see, it's super close. This is Love Goddess, and then this is Moxie. And then I have one more that isn't so much of a color that's like super similar like these. It's not really in the same family. But I know that this is readily available, and they always have this at every MAC counter, and it's somewhat close. But this is Girl About Town. Girl About Town is way more fuchsia, and it does not have the reddish tinge that the other shades have that I showed you. But it's worth comparing it just because it's close enough. And I know a lot of people are not lipstick junkies, and they don't want to buy another shade just because it has like one different quality. They're fine with having, you know, this color and that's it. So I'll swatch those for you. Okay, so this is Girl About Town, and this is Pleasure Bomb, and then here is Moxie. This is Love Goddess, and then here's All Fired Up. So that is my comparisons for you girls and guys and dolls and gentlemen and dogs and everybody else. So that's it. I hope that this video has been helpful to anybody that may be feeling upset that they didn't get a chance to get the Rihanna collection. Alright, I cannot wait to see what MAC has us running to the counters for next year. I'm super excited to know about the new collections and who they're going to pick next. If they ever come out with the Beyonce line or collection, I'm sleeping outside to get it. Just so you know. But anyways, I will see you all later. Swatches. Mwah. Mwah.